Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FIFA Forest Green, and I have a little confession to make. I may have played on a little bit much. After that Exeter win in the last episode, we beat Lincoln, we drew with Port Vale, we lost to Swindon in a thriller, before we beat Cambridge 3-0, nice and comfortable win that, very very happy. A draw with Accrington was disappointing, I've got to be honest with you, probably should have won that game, but a win over Wigan in the Checker Trade Trophy was very nice to see. A loss to Notts County, you can see the trend here, we're very inconsistent, but a 5-0 victory over Newport was followed up by a 4-1 away at Coventry, brilliant results. And then I lost at Stevenage. Yeah, see, the trend continues. A draw with Morecambe. I've played a lot of games. I am sorry, guys. Was followed by a Cheltenham victory. 6-1 in the FA Cup. 5-1 at home to Exeter. And finally, against Crawley, we beat them 2-1. That's where we are at. I'm sorry I played on so much. But today, we play Crewe Alexandra. I've probably hurried up the series in a way, though. We are second in the league. 17 league games played. 30 points. Just 2 off the top of Notts County. We are doing very well. 19th where today's opponents are. So, hopefully, we'll be able to do something and get some sort of victory over them. We are actually the top scoring team in League 2 by a mighty 8 goals, by the way. Just saying, you know. Yeah. I've been very disappointed by the form. Here's the team for today, by the way. And, yeah, it's the team you would expect to play. There's only one real change from the usual outfit. And that's the fact that Collins plays in midfield over Traore, who's actually out injured for about 2 months, I think it was. I can't remember the injury he had, but he's out injured. It's the 4-4-2 as per usual, and Church and James up front. For Crewe, there's one man really to watch out for. That's up front, Chris Dagnall, an experienced Football League striker, is up front. They're playing the 4-3-3, and Bakayoko at left back is not the player that you think he is. Yeah, it's a name that obviously rings a bell, but it's not him. Eddie Nolan at right back is a name I know as well for some reason. But it was us that started well. James with the pass. Marsh-Brown is in. He hasn't scored many this season, but that is some finish. Keanu Marsh-Brown. It was an incisive breakaway, which is something we've become known for this year. Passes through the defence, and it worked perfectly. Look at this. What a pass by James. Right in the run. And Marsh-Brown. That is some finish, isn't it? That is some finish. This replay does it justice. Boom. Another boom for these series. I have a lot of them in this episode, and that's another one right there. Keenan Marsh-Brown 1-0 after just, I think, 13 minutes, I think it was. It was a very, very good start. 14 minutes to be exact. Very, very good start. And it got better. Just 19 minutes on the clock here. Brown's shot hit the post, and Marsh-Brown from an unlikely angle thumps it back in. It's 2-0. 20 minutes, more or less, on the clock. Honestly, it was a perfect start. And after some of the results we'd had over the past couple of games where we'd managed to beat teams 5-4, do you know what I mean? Those sort of goals. I was feeling very happy with how things were going to go. It's a great finish. That broadcast angle makes it look even better. It was a real tight angle. And Marsh-Brown had 2 in the opening 20 minutes, and a hat-trick was... Well, he was sniffing it, wasn't he? He was ready and raring to go for this hat-trick. But I thought we could get goals here, and it proved out to be just that. Church with a pass here to Marsh-Brown. We were incisive again. This is 2 minutes after the goal. A cross in, and what a header from James. What a header. It's honestly a peach of a header. It's 3-0 to Forest Green. 23 minutes on the clock. This was looking like our best performance of the season. The fans were loving it. It was brilliant. If you look at this cross here, the cross is great, but the header, wow-wee. Look at him in the air, diving header, like a bullet, into the top corner at the near post. I'm happy, as you can see. 3-0 before half-time. It got better, to be fair. A cross and a pass from Brown. Marsh-Brown should have had a hat-trick there, shouldn't he? Let's be honest, he should have had a hat-trick. The goalkeeper looks furious with his 80s moustache. It's a weird one, that moustache, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Get it shaved, son. Get it shaved. But we did make it 4-0 just 5 minutes before half-time. A header down by Church, and Iacovetti, who's been in the goals during the time off. He scored some decent goals, number 20 at the centre-back. And he has added another to his repertoire there with the volley with the left foot. Sent the keeper the wrong way from close range. A very good tidy little finish, I would say. It was Brown's corner, as we saw, and a header down by Church was good. And it's a tidy finish from Iaccovetti from 6 yards out. Goalkeeper, helpless. Helpless, I would say. And it was 4-0. 4-0 before half-time. Champions, here we come, maybe. Notts County are taking some stopping, to be fair. But yeah, Iaccovetti's second goal in the league this season. I think he scored some in the cup as well. So it meant at half-time, it was 4-0. And honestly, it's probably the best first half of football I've played in the series so far, even off camera. It was just stunning. We were so good on the attack. We didn't give them a chance. Crew Alexandra were out of this game. It was full time at this point. Do you know what I mean? It was completely over, and it was a brilliant first half performance. I'm sorry to say we couldn't continue it in the second half. Church had a decent chance here, got away on his right foot, and a good shot was well saved. But that was it. That was the only chance of the second half, and it was a 4-0 victory at full time. So the first half was enough, and 4-0 at full time. Honestly, it's the best way to win a game. It is the best way to have the game sewed up at half time. You ain't got to worry about the second half. And yeah, as you can see, lots of smiles on the faces. Very, very happy. And we took that into our next game, which we'll get to in just a second. Yeah, there we go. Confirmation. Forest Green 4. Crew Alexandra 0. And yeah, we took it into our next game, which was on a dark night. It's coming. It is coming. There we go. Dark night, as you can see, at Court Lane. Chesterfield away was the game. And this was a tougher game than I was expecting it to be honest with you. The win over Crewe Alexandra meant we were still second. Notts County won as well, so 2 points off the top still. Playing 12th place Chesterfield, so a mid-table side. And for Chesterfield, the men to look out for, Ian Everett's the name I recognise. He used to play for Blackpool, very old. I was surprised he's still playing at this point, to be honest with you. And they set up with 5 at the back, so we knew it'd be difficult to break them down, and it proved to be that, to be honest with you. Very difficult to break them down. For Forest Green, it was a completely changed side, which is probably why it was difficult. Total of 10 changes. Wiseheart on the right back, Month, Fitzwater, Evans, Sinclair on the left, Noble, Cooper, Robert on the right, Doidge and Murphy up front. Doidge is, I think that's how you say his name, Doidge. Rob Sinclair on the left, because he is left-footed, it turns out, which means Robert plays on the right on his right foot. It was them that had the first chance. Rowley was played through, and it was a very good save by Russell in goal. He was pleased with the save, and this replay shows why. A very, very good low save from close range as well. You could argue Rowley probably should score. He didn't, but it was a game of few chances, I would say. We did make a couple. Murphy on the turn here with a shot. Yeah, it wasn't the best effort. I bet you're surprised that I've included that. That shows that it was a game of few chances. It looks like it's going in for about a second and then doesn't. Again, in the first half, it was in through, and Doidge forced a good save from Bingham Williams. Not Bingham Williams is the left back. I don't know who the goalkeeper's name is, but forced a good save. They continue to make chances too. It was worked wide. Bingham Williams this time pulled it back. Reed into Brewster, and that's hit the post, and that's very, very close. That's lucky. The first half continued with Robert's shot hitting the post, so it was 1-1 in terms of hitting the posts. I've said that way too many times already. Hitting the post. I'll just say it again. Why not? But it was a good effort. Good turn. I'm happy with the turning on this FIFA, by the way. You can spin very nicely on the edge of the box. It meant at half-time it was 0-0, which was a bit of a come down after such a great win in the last one. But we did continue to make chances. Murphy's low effort was brilliantly saved. That was probably a fantastic save, I would say. A nice 1-2 here allowed Robert to go through, and the cross to the back post was met by Sinclair, but again, another good save. This goalkeeper, Anyan is his name, I remember it now, was very, very good in goal for them. Noble got away on the left, pulled it back for Sinclair, and that's just wide. We did make some decent chances on reflection, actually, but it meant 5 minutes in, we scored what was perhaps the luckiest goal I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, what was that? I mean, the replay, it doesn't do it justice. It's an own goal, the freakiest own goal. It's an absolute glitch. But it meant with 4 minutes to go, Joe Anyan's own goal, it was 1-0 and we had stolen it. We continued though. Murphy probably should have scored there. It was a weird one, really. That meant we did win. Honestly, it's the weirdest goal I've ever seen in my life. The luckiest goal. But it's 2 wins for the episode. We continue our great run. We continue to climb into our title charge. I really feel like I don't know what that was by Robert, by the way. It felt like he was like maybe his wife was blowing him kisses in the crowd and he was trying to catch them, but it was a bit weird. I feel like we can win the title with this side. I've got to be honest with you. We're playing very well, and hopefully that'll continue. I may play a few more games, but we'll come back to you in the next episode. Until then, from me to you, goodbye.